The name of this episode is Drifting Doesn't Lead to Growth. And our scripture today is Proverbs 19:15. So Jordan was one of those guys everybody liked. He's smart, reliable, got his work done without any drama. But here's what I noticed. Every time leadership opened up a growth opportunity, Jordan found a reason to hesitate. He worked at a mid-sized real estate firm in a fast-growing area. Whenever they asked for volunteers, like, for instance, to lead the new property management software implementation, Jordan said, I'm still figuring out my current workload. When a project manager role opened up that was practically written for him, he told the boss, I don't think the timing is right with everything I've got going on. Well, when they offered to send him to a week-long leadership training that would have fast-tracked his career, he said, let me think about it, and then never brought it up again. Now, Jordan never outright said no to anything. He was too smart for that. But he never said yes either. He perfected the art of the non-committal response. Now, 3 years went by like this, and then the company got acquired. So they were looking for people to step into bigger roles in the new combined organization. Jordan wasn't even in the conversation anymore. Management stopped asking him about stretch assignments because they learned he wasn't going to take them. I'll never forget the conversation we had over coffee after a younger coworker got promoted to the role Jordan should have had. And he looked at me and he said, I thought if I just kept doing good work, things would eventually line up for me. But nothing happens if you don't actually move. And that's when it hit him. He hadn't been strategically waiting for the right opportunity. He'd been drifting, hoping growth would somehow happen to him instead of making it happen for himself. Now in Proverbs 19:15, it says, laziness brings on deep sleep, and the shiftless go hungry. Now the word shiftless is not one I use all the time, so I had to look it up, but it kind of hit me strange when I realized that it doesn't mean rebellious or incompetent like I thought it did. It means aimless, having no drive, no clear direction, no willingness to shift gears, if you will, when opportunity comes. Well, that's exactly what happened to Jordan. He wasn't lazy in the traditional sense. He worked hard every day, but he was spiritually and professionally asleep, just drifting along without any intentional movement towards growth. And here's the thing about drift. It's quiet. Careers don't usually crash dramatically. They just slowly, quietly stagnate until you wake up one day and realize you're exactly where you were 5 years ago. So what can you do with Jordan's story and this proverb? Well, first I'd say, number one, check your drift. Look at the last 18 months, honestly. Where have you been asleep at the wheel? What opportunities have you talked yourself out of? What conversations have you been avoiding? And two, don't confuse waiting with wisdom. Sometimes patience is absolutely the right call. But be brutally honest. Are you waiting for clarity? Or are you just afraid of the discomfort that comes with growth? And third, make one bold move this week. Send the email you've been drafting in your head. Have the conversation you've been putting off. Apply for a role. Volunteer for a project. Shiftless people wait for permission. Leaders create momentum. Now, if this gave you the nudge you needed, share it with someone else who might be drifting right now. Just wake up. Get moving. You got work to do. See you next time.